Hello there, my design gorgeous peeps on Instagram. It's so good to be here with you. And over to you over there. Hey there, hey there, hey there. Hey guys on Facebook. It's so good to be here with you. I'm Donna Hoffman. They call me the interior design advocate because I advocate on behalf of what? A lot of noise, a little reverb. I advocate on behalf of design lovers everywhere. If you're a DIY design lover working on your own home, I've got you under my wing with my online courses, which are phenomenal. Make things happen for design lovers across the country and beyond. If you're a professional designer looking to build the business of your dreams, I take you under my wing with coaching and an amazing program we'll be launching for you very shortly as well. And when I'm not doing that and being called one of the leading coaches in interior design in the United States, I run a luxury interior design company based here in the Philadelphia region of the United States. So every Tuesday, I like to put a pin in it here in the design studio so I can come out, talk to you, my design peeps, about something that's on your mind, something I get questions about, something that I know is important to you. So that's what we're doing here today, every Tuesday, 4 p.m. So here's something I want you to know too, as we're just getting people. Today is Thursday. That's so true. See, I had a couple days off this week, so I'm a little screwed up. Today's Thursday. We're normally here every Tuesday at 4 p.m. In fact, we'll be back this Tuesday, back into our regular schedule. But because I took some time off this week, we postponed. Now, I am going to be making an announcement in a little bit. I'm going to wait for a couple more people to sign on, but I've got something really exciting for you launching this coming week. I am so excited, but we'll wait for a sec for me to announce that. What are we talking about today? Today we're talking about small space decorating, small space interior design, and specifically what to do with color when you're working in small spaces. Now, this is a big lesson. I could use you here with me in the design studio with visuals. Wouldn't that be great? Yes. But that's not what our fireside Facebook lives and Instagram lives are all about. These are little fireside chats. So I'm going to be talking you through a couple of points specific to color. And if you feel like you need more information, more support on this, you can always check out one of my online courses because this is a big topic. Color and alone is a big topic. But when you're talking about small space design, and most people that you know and most people that I know have at least one room in your home where you think, I wish it was a little bit bigger. Is it a guest room? Is it a kid's room? Is it your bedroom? Is it a bathroom? Is it your kitchen? Is it your living room? I don't know. Your foyer, whatevs. But if you have a space that is smaller than you wish it was, we're going to talk about the dynamism of color and that you really have to know a couple of things about color to be successful with it. Certainly there is a lot to know about design in total to maximize the feeling of space in a room, but we're not going to go there. We're just going to drill down just on color. So a couple of things you should know. Color is dynamic. It is something that changes based upon other color it's near, but even more than that, color exerts a constant pressure and influence in any space that it's in. The room you're in right now, if you're joining me right now from your office, whatever space you're in right now, the color in that space is exerting a pressure on the space, on your perception of that space. It is. Whether that was a controlled decision or a haphazard, I don't know, this looks like a good color to put here kind of decision, right? But color is powerful. Your eye is always looking for cues in a space. It's looking for same rhythms, and then where is there a difference? Your eye picks up differences. Well, color is a really clear way to make a difference, isn't it? You can change color. If you have mostly wood furniture in a space, that's 80% of color A, and then the other 20% is color B. You've just done a color change just in a wood tone. Not to mention the paints, the wall treatments if you're doing a wall covering, not to mention the fabrics, not to mention the finishes in the space as well. It's all color, right? And like I said initially, first you need to know that color is dynamic. Color changes and morphs based upon the other color it's sitting next to or near. Alrighty? In other words, if you put a red pillow next to a blue chair or on a blue chair, you're going to do something to excite those colors versus if you put a red pillow on a gray chair. You're going to do something different entirely, right? Color is dynamic depending upon where color lives on the color wheel, which is not this accidental thing. It's actually a strategic layout of color. And based upon where color is on that wheel, colors start to react to each other differently. And again, this gets kind of complicated, and I'm just going to simplify things for you. So what your takeaway is, color is dynamic. It exerts an influence on a space because your eye picks it up. Your eye's looking for cues. What's the same? What's different? And color changes based upon the other colors things are near. Because color is dynamic, and you now know that, when you're trying to make a room look bigger with interior design, with color, you want to know that you have to control your color. So what do I mean by that? Well, you need to know that where you place color in a small space might work for you or against you. What do you mean by where you place color, Donna? Well, where can you place color in the space? You can place it at the window in the window treatment. You can place color at the wall. You can place color on the floor. You can place color in what I call the horizontal plane, meaning tabletop, like accessorization, right? And I'll even say accessorization into art, right? So if you are in a small space and you're trying to make it look bigger, you probably want to also think about the dynamic movement of a color, meaning, is it advancing? I've talked about this before, but I'll give it to you real quick again. Does it move toward the eye and take up space? A dark color will do that. Isn't it a receding color? A light color that moves away from the eye, therefore tends to make spaces look bigger. It gives up space. It gives out space. So, for example, if you have a small living room and you painted it a rich, dark butterscotch color, and then you said, I'm tired of this, I'll just paint the walls in a really pale cream, that room's going to look bigger just by virtue of the fact that you went from an advancing darker color and a warmer color to something lighter and easier. So if you are in a room that is small and you want to make it look bigger, you may not want to put a saturated deep color on your walls. You may, but you say, gee, Donna, I love, I don't know, emerald green. I really want to get some emerald green in the space. Okay, well, maybe the floor is a better place for you to put it rather than wrapping 4 walls on it. Or maybe you want to reduce down that saturated color in proportion even more in a small space. Throw in more neutral color and then make those colors, the saturated color, maybe that shows up on tabletop accessories and a piece of art, and that's it. You can make a really colorful feeling space because remember, the eye is looking for differences. So if you have a sea of neutral, a sea of, let's say, creams and soft whites, and then you have these pops of emerald green, wow, a piece of artwork, a couple of pillows, maybe a vase in green. That could be really exciting in a space, and it could really start to take on a vibrancy. So with small space design, you want to think about color as something that can help you open the space, and you want to ask yourself that question. Will putting this color in this room help me to open the space to make it feel bigger, or am I going to cozy it up and shrink it up a little bit? Dark color moves toward the eye, light color moves away from the eye. If you love deeper saturated color like a navy, use less of it. That's the trick. You can still use it. Maybe it goes on 2 chairs in the living room and that's it. And that's the only place the navy shows up, and maybe a pillow or 2 on the sofa, and that's it. Everything else gets lighter, more neutral. By neutral, we know what those neutral colors are, right, design lovers? Whites, creams, tan. Or white cream, sand tan, which is also part of the brown family, black and gray, right? Those are your neutrals. So when you take a small space and you broadcast a lot of a pale neutral through that space, and then you cut it purposefully with a color like red, blue, green, purple, blush, butterscotch, all the derivatives of yellow, all the derivatives of green, mossy green, jade green, right, pine green. When you use your neutrals to open up a small space, make those your walls, maybe even your floor, and you let the more saturated color show up in very deliberate doses, in very deliberate placements, you will take a small space and open it up. Does this make sense to you so far, what I'm saying? Are you following this? Give me some hearts or some love on Insta or some thumbs up over here on Facebook, so I know that you're following what I'm catching what I'm throwing. All right, I'm getting waves and such, so I guess this means that you are getting what I'm saying. Yeah, perfect. Okay, good. You guys are getting this. So something else you can do using color to make spaces look and feel bigger is you can keep your color palette really tight. What do I mean by that? If I say you can have as many pale neutrals in a small space as you want. You have cream, pale gray, and white. Okay, that's a lot of there's a lot of colors, but they're all neutral. So you're gonna pass on those. But then for the rest of the colors you pull into your small space, if you want to be really assured of success, pull in one color. Let's say you have a small home office and you're going to do the walls in a pale creamy grass cloth. And let's say that your furniture is soft white. Okay, so you've got cream against white. Okay, now you want to add blush. Well, that's one color I'm having you pull in. That's a tight color palette. There's not a lot of color. You've got your neutrals and one color. You are assured of success if you do that. You are assured that you will get a bigger feeling space. Now, you can take that blush and you can go in different shades. You can go a little darker blush and then lighter blush. You can play on that pink a little bit. Still considered one color, right? It's a tight color palette, a lot of neutral with one color. If you are a more advanced design lover, if you've taken my Decorating Genius course, 7 Simple Steps to Great Rooms, that's Decorating Genius, 7 Simple Steps to Great Rooms. If you are one of my students in there, then you know this, you'll know how to use this next tip. Sorry guys if you haven't taken that course, but here we go. If you've been through DGS, you now know also what an analogous color is, 2 colors that live close to each other on the color wheel. If you're one of my students, you know how to identify that. In small space design, you take that neutral palette and you splash in and at 2 analogous colors. That's a great way to take a small space, do something dynamic in it, and make it feel a lot bigger as well. So hopefully that helps you. So when it comes to small space design and decorating, are there things you can do with mirrors? Sure. Things you can do with furniture? Yes, of course. Things you do with furniture layout? You betcha. But with color alone, with small space design, you have to know that color is dynamic. It exerts an outstanding and constant influence on a space. It exerts an influence on your eye and your perception of that space. You want to be very deliberate on how you broadcast that color through the space. Don't forget, I've got an announcement coming up. I'm going to interrupt myself. You want to broadcast color through that space in a deliberate way. Where can you broadcast the color? Maybe it's on the floor, maybe it's on the wall, maybe it's on accessories, as in tabletop accessories and some lamps, or accessories on the tabletop and a piece of art, maybe some pillows in that horizontal plane. So be careful about where you're putting that color if you want to make a space feel bigger. Have I oversimplified this? Yes, I have. I'm working without visuals, and I'm also working with a big classroom right now. I have design divas and design gorgeous peeps of all skill levels and understanding levels in this fireside chat. So this advice and lesson I'm giving you will work no matter what. Are there more advanced ways to tackle this? Oh, you betcha there are. So do know that I can take you further, but that's when I need visuals, and that's why I have my online courses at the Interior Design Advocate. So I'm happy to take your questions on your small space, as long as I don't need to see a picture to be able to answer you well. But I want to give you some exciting news. I promised you an announcement today, and here it comes. This coming week, you asked for it, but next week, actually on Tuesday, you asked for it and I did it. You are constantly asking me, DMing me, emailing me, trying to get into my private groups to say, Donna, what would you do in this room? Donna, can you help me with this space? Well, for those of you who feel like you wish you had access to a senior designer, a lead designer, to be able to just kind of open up my brain to get you unstuck, with ideas, to get you inspired, to help you put together your creative roadmap in a room like this, I am releasing my new ebook, and it's gorgeous. And this is the cover art that you guys helped me to create. It's called What Would an Interior Designer Do? Checklist Your Way to a Great Room. It is over 100 pages, gorgeous, filled with a fire hose of ideas, room by room, topic by topic within a room, to get you an instant and gorgeous roadmap to instantly facelift a room, or to put together your full room plan. And I've planted within this book, I've planted an additional 9 or 10 gifts that you can access as well if you want to go deeper on something. So it is a really exciting book and workbook. I'm releasing it this coming Tuesday, and once we release it, there'll be a wonderful additional gift that you can have to attend something as my guest at no fee if you purchase the book within the first week of its release. So we're excited. We're excited. I'll be giving you more information on Tuesday at our Facebook Live and Instagram Live, 4 p.m. this coming Tuesday. I cannot wait to get this book into your hands. It's really pretty special. So there it is. All right, peeps. Thanks for the waves and the hearts and so forth. Beverly's asking, where can you get the book? We are going to be releasing it this Tuesday, September 14th, and we'll have all the details about where you can purchase the book. It's a labor of love, and it is, everybody who has sampled it already has absolutely loved it. I'm excited. You know me, I don't like to underdeliver, I overdeliver. So there it is. All right, questions. Here we go. I'm getting hello from Ann out in Missouri. Hello, Ann. And I'm getting hello from Florida. Okay, hello, Yolanda. All right, so Lynn is saying that her laundry room is her small room. Okay, listen, laundry rooms can be small rooms. You can absolutely have fun with color in that laundry room, Lynn, but you might want to just do it in a backsplash. A backsplash, yes, we're seeing backsplashes in kitchens, and maybe that's where you want to drop some color if you're craving color. If you're not craving color, you can keep the whole room really super neutral, and maybe you do some cute artwork that just brings in a little splash of something. So just an idea. Hello from Nashville, from Jill Keogh. Hello, my Jill. Kathy is saying, can you still get a cozy feeling using lighter colors on the walls? Yes, that's such a great question, Kathy Stanton. Brilliant question. Did everybody hear that? Kathy said, can you still get a cozy feeling in a room using lighter colors on the walls? Yes, you can, Kathy. Where you want to bring in your more saturated colors, you could do light walls, you could do a deeper rug, you could take the depth color on that rug. Let's say this is, I don't know, a fictitious living room. You could take a banded tape and put it onto the leading edges of your drapery panels in that room, and a couple of that, some of that same deep color can happen in some pillows. And you might want to do 1 or 2 accessories that pulls that deep color in as well. Did you know that the center of the room is a super powerful place, like center stage? You take an accessory and a color and you drop it onto a coffee table, making a great statement. So you can, Kathy, make a room feel really special, really cozy, really warm, based upon the types of color, the color values that you use, but also how you're broadcasting them through the space. Don't hear me saying that all small spaces need to be light. They don't have to be. But I'm saying if you want to make them feel larger, you're going to be careful on where you're broadcasting your more saturated color. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense, Kathy. If you have a follow-up question, please feel free to ask it. Okay, Martine is down in Arizona. Hey, babes, good to see you. Brenda is here. Yay. Okay, Martine is saying, love the cooler colors painted on walls, not all blue, and decorated with different shades of blue. Your house turned out beautifully. That's good. I'm glad of that. That's good. Judy is saying, don't small rooms do best with brighter, darker colored walls with white trim, furniture, and accessories? Judy, the white in that room that you just described, that white furniture is going to cool down that darker wall. So in essence, if you wanted to, you could take a darker wall in a room and broadcast white all around it. White furniture, pale light rug, pale light window coverings. You could certainly do that. And by controlling the color palette to this one dark blue something and everything else gets much softer and lighter, that will help to open up the space. But I am telling you right now, clients see this all the time. When we remove a wallpaper, by the way, pattern, moves toward you. We didn't even talk about pattern. We were just talking about color. I remove a wallpaper and prime the walls. Everybody said, oh my gosh, my kitchen looks bigger. In my own living room, I just took a warm neutral off a wall and I went into a gallery white and big surprise, the room got bigger without any new furniture going into it yet. I'm not making this up. This is just a point of fact in color theory. Dark color moves towards you, takes up space. Light color moves away from you, seems to give up space. It's just a perfect trick, device, hack, whatever you want to call it, in color theory. If you want to make a room look bigger, I would caution you against doing dark saturated walls. Do I love the look of a dark saturated wall? Girlfriend, you bet I do. You bet your fabric bolt I do. But I'm talking to you about some no-fail tricks to make a small space look and feel bigger. Beverly is saying, I have a small living room that is painted 2 different colors. Should I paint the room a different color to make it seem bigger? Beverly, I'd love to know what your colors are, but I will say, without knowing them, yes, going to 1 color on those walls instead of 2, something below chair rail, something above, will help to open up the space. Why? Because the eye looks for difference. And so you're cutting up that wall by doing 1 contiguous floor to ceiling. You're going to help lift that ceiling, make the room look and feel bigger. Beverly is saying, can I do leather and upholstered furniture mix in with the same small room? I would really be careful of that big bulky brown leather overstuffed fluffed furniture. To me, in a small room, it absolutely is going to shrink up a space. I'm not a fan. That's opinion. I'm sorry. Let's do what I know, not what I think. Beverly, doing dark leather brown furniture in a room will always make that room look smaller versus larger. There it is. And guys, let me tell you something. Small isn't bad. I never said small is bad. I said if you think small is bad and you want to make a room look bigger, here are color devices that can help you do that. Make sense? Give me some hearts and love on that. Good. Okay. There it is. All right. So Jennifer McKenna is saying, I'm so excited about the book. Jennifer, I am too. I cannot wait. Labor of love. I've been working on this for a while, and you guys helped me with the cover design. It's exciting. I can't wait to get it out there to you, and people are loving it. Judy is saying she's so excited about the book. Yay, Judy. I can't wait for you to get it. Martina's excited about the book. Yay. Elena is saying hello from Music City. I love it. And I have a hi from Tennessee. Okay. Kathy is saying she understood my answer. That's good. Christy's excited for the book. Stupendous. Happy about that. Another question about about the topic we're talking about today. How to make a space feel larger if it's too small for you, and we're using color. What are the color strategies to think about? So LDS investments, we should talk. Lovely Donna something. Okay, so investment. Sorry. How do you feel about white walls and light hues of gray for contrast on doors and baseboard? This is an interesting question from LDS Investments. How do you feel about white walls and light hues of gray for contrast on doors and baseboards? I think this is an exciting palette you're talking about doing, and I think it's an exciting delivery you're thinking about doing. I really, really like it. I think you're going to drop your ceiling a little bit and raise your floor a little bit by delineating this light wall with a deeper trim. Even though it's a pale gray, it still sounds like what you're saying, because it's a white wall. It's darker than the wall. As opposed to taking the same color on trim, base molding into wall, into crown. What? The same color? Yes, I've done that too. In my design studio, I've done a white trim, a white wall, white trim, and then we've got white furniture down there with dark black, cool patterned carpeting. So it's warm because that dark advancing color is on the floor. The wall is just this unified lighter thing. So LDS Investments, I think this sounds gorgeous. I'd love to do it, and I'd love to see I'd love to see it once you do it, or love to see you do it. But is it really going to maximize a sense of space to make something bigger? I don't think so, but I think it sounds really good. And if you're not trying to make a space look and feel bigger, go for it. Guys, I don't always try to make a space look bigger. I want to be real clear with you. I'll take a powder room and saturate it in something really deep and dark, and I'll do a bedroom that if somebody wants something really moody and sexy, and I'll do something in a darker wall. I'll do a beautiful library in all, stained beautiful blue cabinetry and do like a monochromatic palette. So I don't want you to think that I am saying in a small space you have to have white walls or else the design police are going to come get you. No, I'm saying if you want an easy, quick device that will make a space feel bigger, be careful about the types of colors you're using, where you're broadcasting them. So hopefully LDS Investments, did I help you? Did I help you or did I confuse you? I hope I helped you. I might be too excited about the book to make sense today. I hope not. If there are any other questions, you can put them in or follow up, stick them in there. While you're doing that, I want to let you know what we're talking about next week. Tuesday, 4 p.m. We'll be back at our regular time. Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern. This coming Tuesday, we are talking about 5 design considerations when you are downsizing. Will smaller space design be part of that conversation? Could be, but it won't be everything we're talking about. 5 design considerations for downsizing. That's what we're talking about next week. If you missed any portion of this Facebook and Instagram Live, you can always find us on YouTube at The Interior Design Advocate. Okay. If you're not already following us on Instagram, you guys are, but you can too. And that's at decorating.genius. It's at decorating.genius. And remember, on Tuesday, when I'm back with you, we are launching and releasing our book. This is the cover art for What Would an Interior Designer Do? Checklist your way to a great space. Whether you want to do a quick facelift to a space, every single conceivable type of room in your home, period, and a story. I can get you a quick instant roadmap to facelift a space, or I can give you a really easy, accessible roadmap if you are going to do a space from scratch or redo a space. Watch my email. Watch your email for details. If you are on my mailing list, you've already gotten a little this is coming. But if you're on my email list already, you're going to get the early invitation to be able to purchase the book. And you definitely, if you're going to purchase the book, you want to do it within 7 days of when we open it up, because there's a really great thing we're going to invite you to if you are a ticket holder, because you purchased the book within that week. Okay, last couple of questions. Here we go. Nancy Lelikoff is saying, what do you think of white ceiling versus a slightly softer color? A slightly softer color in a ceiling paint. Nancy, I like them both. I mean, I will broadcast a bit of color on a ceiling in the right room. I'm putting pink on a young lady's ceiling. I'm doing a wallpaper, gorgeous wallpaper in a dressing room. A dressing room actually that I did that was really small for what the client wanted. We really didn't have a lot of room for flourishing. I did a really gorgeous glitzy wallpaper up on the ceiling pattern, but it was light and it was shimmery. So it was yummy. So putting a soft color up on a ceiling, I think, is a lovely idea. Think about what they do. I remember being at a design conference out in Las Vegas a couple of years ago, and my girlfriends, my design buddies that I was out there with, said, come out to dinner with us. I know it's late and you're tired and you're being an old lady. Come out to dinner anyway. So in Las Vegas, to get anywhere, you have to walk through the casino of the hotel. And I was not in the mood for the noise and the loudness and the but as I was running through this casino, feeling kind of crabby because I really wanted to just have a quiet night in my hotel, I looked up, I thought, oh, look at the great ceiling here. And what do you do when there isn't a lot of opportunity to do other things, aka small space? You can go up to that ceiling and do some interesting things. But if you do a dark color, what's going to happen? You're going to drop that ceiling. So if you have really high ceilings, you might want to do that to cozy up the space, right? So I hope I answered you well there on your question. I'm getting hearts, so I think somebody thought it was a good question. Hopefully, good answer. Hopefully, Nancy, you thought it was a good answer. Okay, Judy's saying, I agree with you on the big overstuffed dark furniture. I'm reading Judy's comment. She said, it looks hideous in most homes. It might be okay in huge rooms, but not in the average home. Yet all the furniture ads push them, and homeowners buy them. When will smaller scale furniture be the norm and big bulky ones be gone? Ugh. Judy, I like a good looking brown leather Chesterfield sofa in the right library or study. I did a really sexy game room where we did these dark Chesterfield sofas. I mean, leather furniture is a great look in the right context, done in the right way. But I believe what Judy's talking about are like the kind of the Barker loungers with that kind of rolled back, and that gets done a lot in lower cost furniture stores. I don't personally love it, but I'm told it's incredibly comfortable. But if you are looking on Pinterest, Instagram, which is where my clients are hanging out, you don't get a lot of requests for that. You just don't. So there it is. However, brown leather furniture in a really cool mountain lodge home, really Ralph Lauren-y kind of looking something, bring it. Fabulous. So the silhouette of the furniture, meaning the shape of the furniture, is as important in your perception of it as what it's covered in, right? So there it is. But all interesting and terrific feedback from Judy. So thank you, Judy. Celeste is saying, are these sessions changed to Thursdays? No, Celeste. I happen to be Jewish, and the Jewish holidays, Rosh Hashanah, it's a New Year, is considered a kind of holy day, holy couple of days. So I was with my family, extended family, on Tuesday and Wednesday. So that's why I canceled. All right. But we are always out here on Tuesday. And the only reason I kind of say like I'm Jewish, because I don't feel like inviting anti-Semitic whatever. So if you hate Jews, just turn the channel and just keep going. Don't bother me. There it is. But we are Tuesdays, 4 p.m. Eastern. Jill is saying small kitchen remodel, a white kitchen with light counters is of course popular, but I don't want to be me too. Jill, Kenny, Keo, I love you. I hear this a lot from clients. They say, look, I like white kitchens, but I don't want to be a Me Too kitchen. I want something a little different. So let's talk about that. Do we have time? Yeah, we're going to talk about this because it's too important a question not to go into. So Jill is going further, saying, how can I bring unique style to light shaker cabinets, light counters, regardless of material, etc., because I can't do dark and make the kitchen look smaller? Jill, this is such a good question. Jill, with your white kitchen, to do things that are a little bit different, I want you to see if your cabinet maker can do anything with, there's some wonderful inlaid meshes that you can put over just 2 doors if you want, 2 little accent feature doors instead of glass. You can try that. Or in your white kitchen with a couple of clear cabinet doors, can you run your backsplash tile up behind that cabinet so that at the back of the cabinet where you have some dishes on display or some, I don't know, soup tureens on display, your beautiful backsplash tile is coming up as well. Jill, I also want you to think about getting jiggy with your lighting. Do something fantastic with your light fixture over your dining table. If you have a peninsula, over your peninsula, over your island, if you have an island, over your island, the eye candy of the room in a small kitchen, the lighting and the hardware. Don't do little baby 4-inch hardware. Get into something bigger. Do a 6-inch or 7-inch for your poles. Oh my gosh, so exciting. Your window treatment. Do a fantastic fabric, something exciting on that window. It doesn't have to be color. Can be, doesn't have to be. Do something marvelous there. So look at your step out moments. If the bones of the kitchen are lighter counters and lighter cabinets. And also, Jill, you can absolutely step out with some of the fantastic patterned backsplashes that are out there. They're in porcelains, they're in stone. You don't have to do a subway tile. If you did want to do a subway tile, you could do a subway tile in a herringbone lane, but then do a colored grout, like a dark gray or an off black, or maybe if green is a big color for you, you could step out and do a green grout or a navy grout. Very ballsy, very confident move to do that colorful grout thing. So maybe just a dark gray might be the thing to do. So Jill, these are just a couple of eye candy things that you can do to make your white kitchen less Me Too. But if you love a white kitchen, great, go for it. Now, if you have an island, going to a color on that island is a great thing to do. And don't be apologetic in that color. If emerald green is important in your home and the adjoining spaces, emerald green on that island or a beautiful rich blue on that island. These are things that you can do to add a little more panache to your white kitchen so it's just not a blanket of white. All right, Jill, does this help you? Let's see what Jill is saying. Jill's saying, great advice, thank you, with a heart. I know Jill's one of my students and has taken some of my online courses. So Jill, I want to see what you come up with. You talented design diva, you. So there it is. And Michelle is telling me Happy New Year. Oh, thank you, Michelle. That's very sweet of you. I'm very touched. Thank you. All right, lovely. So listen, I think I overstayed my welcome. I'm excited to be back with you. We will see you next Tuesday for 5 design considerations when downsizing, and we will be launching the details for those of you not on my list for how to get my book. This is just the the cover art for what would an interior designer do. Checklist your way to a great room. It is 100 pages of just a fire hose of interior design ideas, as if you were sitting here with me saying, Donna, what would you do? And I say, okay, take out a notepad like I just did with Jill for her kitchen. Picture 100 pages of that. You can read it cover to cover, or you can skip around checklist to checklist just on the things that you're working on. It's a yum. As are you, my lovelies. You're my yum. Thank you so much for being here with me. I've loved seeing you. I've loved helping out. And I will see you this coming Tuesday. Yes, it is at 4 p.m. Eastern. Bye, guys. See you then. Hi, this is Donna. Thanks so much for watching. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and comment below so I know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to the Interior Design Advocates channel so you don't miss any of our great content.